Welcome to the Spiritual Court Marathon. I love y'all so much. I know you feel like these readings are coming on back to back. If you've been in the first few readings, welcome back again. Yes, we are here in Spiritual Court. A lot of these readings will be playing back to back, whoever you are, wherever you're at. I send you so much love and light. We just closed out a reading of some weird ass doppelganger, public eye, public enemy ass energy, jealous of your spiritual rank. That has nothing to do with you. It continue to ignore them. That's what I just heard. Holy Spirit, beautiful divine angels, please clear this space. Show me what it is that I need to see. Let me give me something to drink. I've been talking on all these readings. Shout out to the people that comment positive thoughts. Shout out to the people that have the power and the ability and the control over their mind to ignore the negative comments. You are very, very powerful. As much as I know sometimes we really want to drag these bastards to gang stalking jail, you know, we just ignore them. They starve out. They end up falling on. Some of these gang stalkers, they fall off, but they make sure they hit the like button on the way out. It's peculiar. They're like, damn, she's good. I can't stand her ass, man. You bougie. Beep, 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 beep. Shout out to the person that tagged me in the video about myself. They're like, you funky bougie, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, oh, do they see me as bougie? That's so funny. That's so freaking funny. I'm like, really? Because I'm a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but a little bit of this and a whole bunch of that. You know, it's like I change every day. But that's interesting. I thought that was really interesting. And then I saw her and I realized why she feels that way. Yeah, I saw her soul. I said, oh, that's why you out here doing that. Okay. Yeah, you need to get that together. Because if you thought that that was going to make me move my spiritual rank to fit your diabolical life, oh no, that's not good. You need to stop that. You wrote that whole paragraph. Somebody wrote a whole soliloquy. They're like, bougie bitch. What does soliloquy mean? Go get a thesaurus. Go get a dictionary. We're in the age of Aquarius. Information is free. Listen, shout out to the people that learn a new SAT word every day, you know. Learning how to be creatively, linguistically, intentionally, conversationally a master of your words, man. Words are important. Especially when you're holding a certain spiritual rank, words are important. Collective, what you say about yourself. Why you think so many people come and they try to stop us from speaking on these platforms? Because there's people receiving the spiritual work and they're getting better. They're getting more powerful, which is a way of combating all of these nasty projections and what somebody thinks they're speaking over your life. It becomes a null and void energy. So the first thing they say is interrupt, abort. Oh my God, they're speaking positivity. They're telling the truth. Stop it. Okay, yeah, somebody wrote a whole soliloquy. I'm like, girl, this is an essay. And then I was silently like correcting her grammar. You know, then I start seeing for her what I feel like she could be doing with her life. The first thing I said was, you need to wash your face. Go wash your face. That's why your skin is bad. Resentment, anger, you know, inner child wounds. You wounded. Your solar plexus is out of whack. All your chakras is crisscrossing like applesauce, and you online typing a paragraph to somebody that read it 3 weeks after you wrote it. Girl, listen, something has got to give. The first thing I said, oh, here I am seeing something better for her than she could see for herself. The first thing I said was soap and water. Get in it. Find it. No, don't take a whole bath. Don't take a bird bath. Don't take a shower. We need you to submerge yourself in the water. Let the water go inside of you, honey. Clean your life up. Get the dirt from under your nails. Clean the back seat of the car. Right? Go wash your clothes. Get it together. Go talk to your child. Get offline. Go get your life together. She wrote a whole paragraph. And the first thing I said was, here I go, seeing something better for somebody than they can see for themselves. Because what I saw in her future hopefully was a bath. So I projected that out. I sent that out telepathically, hoping that she would receive that. I sent out bath, water, hug yourself, love yourself. These were messages that I sent to counteract what appeared to be a gang stalking issue on a little bougie lady from the ghetto who hangs out in the upper echelons of the highest of the heavens, connected to the Most High God, speaking the truth as far as I know, still growing and learning and ascending. And you're one of 2.3 million people that saw this video over time, and you decided to take your afternoon and dedicate some time to write a whole paragraph to gang stalk somebody because that in your mind made you feel like you were powerful, only to end up at the end of the day, you still hadn't taken a bath. You forgot to do your grammar check. You were typing in anger that you got grammatically incorrect ass shit oozing up off the paragraph. And you know I'm an intellect. You know I'm always silently collecting all of the data that I need to collect on a colloquial level to translate that into something intelligent that I can absolutely process on a mental level. You got to know. If you're watching these videos, if you're watching me closely, you need to know. If you come for me, you better come with your best. Bring the Most High God with you, okay? I call judgment down on this lady. Okay, call judgment down. Listen, I call judgment down on Neff with her punk ass. Neff, get your punk ass up in spiritual court. I'm like, finally, I have my day in spiritual court. I call judgment on myself. Go within. Spiritual cord. Anyway, come on in. That was the intro. Just giving people time to catch up from the previous reading. Shout out to the people that binge watch Spiritual Court, man. Maybe you're listening to this on surround sound. Maybe you're at the gym. Maybe you're hiking. Maybe you're in the grocery store with your earbuds in, laughing, and the lady next to you looks at you. You're like, oh no, it's Spiritual Court TV. I was thinking about something else. Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's what I saw in my mind's eye. That could be a true story. Somebody's out here in the shitter. They're stuck. They need help. They're lost. They done. Perjury. Big ass liar out here. Don't be a big ass liar and a loser at the same time. That shit is not a good feeling. Yeah, that's not a good feeling. Somebody was lying under oath in spiritual court in the presence of the divine, in the presence of the universe and the ancestors, because they're trying to cover something up. So this is like projection. Like, you the evil one, but really you hold a spiritual rank, collective. Perjury, lying under oath, covered it up. Big ass liar. Yeah, somebody could be crying too. Why you always crying? It's because you were lying. Why you always lying? That might stop your crying. It's common sense. It's simple math. Stop lying and maybe you won't be crying. Stop crying. Because you lied? Because you made it up? What's going on? It's your spiritual rank, collective. It's your spiritual rank. Okay? Clarify, Holy Spirit. Something about you activating your love spell wanted to come out. Is somebody doing a love spell on somebody? Like, if you're not doing a love spell on yourself, you're going to find yourself sitting up obsessed over somebody that's not paying attention to you. Help. That's what I just heard. Help. Clout chasing. Individual efforts. Somebody is clout chasing and they're running out of breath. Running in place. Running in circles. Trying to chase you off. Chase around. Whatever this is. Trying to show out in front of other people. Help. Somebody needs some serious help. You know, when you get to a point where you realize that something that you're doing is not making common sense, you need to go find somebody that can help you think for yourself. Go get some help. Sometimes you will come across somebody that will tell you, hey, they'll tell you exactly what you need to hear at the right time that you need to hear it. Very compassionately, very intentionally, they will assess the situation and they'll be honest with you if you're open to it. And they may just say a few words. It could go a little something like this. Get your punk ass life together. Individual efforts, solo moves, they don't like it, okay? Proven, tested, and tried. When you're in a high spiritual rank, whatever people deem as a high spiritual rank, meaning that 9 times out of 10 spell work don't work on you no more. Maybe it did. Maybe you ascended. Maybe you fixed what was going on within you. And now when people throw spell work at you, it literally just bounces off of you. Maybe you're somewhere laughing in a conversation and somebody's projecting evil eye and you just passed a little gas and you're like, oh, I just transmuted death. Like maybe it's that. Like that's really how it works, y'all. Like all bullshit aside, that's really how it goes down, right? So whoever this person is, they now need help. They need to go get some help. They need to seek help. But first they got to know that they need help. You understand what I'm saying? They really do. Okay. 10:33 on the timer. They tried to come for an ascended master. What was the purpose of this? They could have been trying to prove something to somebody, trying to show out in front of others, trying to outshine you. What is the motive here? The Ace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, look. What's the motive here? The Ace of Cups in the reverse. I don't know. Somebody was trying to like de-rank you. I don't know. Demote you. Because they feel like they're in this energy, or there's some type of weird competition here. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Oftentimes what I feel most people want when they try to provoke your energy is for you to react. They really don't want your kindness because that just irritates them. They want to see you be dark. They want to see your ugliness. You know, they want to see your demons. And then they digress. That's what I feel. This is the energy that I'm picking up. Somebody is like spiritual rank. It's like evil eyeing your spiritual rank. Projecting onto you. Possibly even trying to open up doors on you. That's what I just heard. Divination. Yeah. Terrified, I just heard, of the demons that you had to slay to get to the spiritual rank. Oh, we ain't even talked about the demons. I love it when they see the high priestess and they're like, oh my God, I love your energy. And you don't look like none of the demons that you had to slay. You ain't got no blood on your hands because you had to move throughout the ranks. Going up the ranks. No, you were God even when they say you ain't. Yeah, Naga, keep your feelings out the way. Never let no one put smut upon your name. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know your dark night of soul. And if they tried to open up a door, baby, I promise you, they don't want that smoke. You better stay in your lane. You better keep your own shoes on and walk your own path. I'm telling you, all this destiny swapping and wanting to wear people's skin, and they don't have the ability to slay the demons that you had to slay. They don't have the power to slay the demons that you had to alchemize by way of biology in your biological DNA, your bloodline. You activated power in your blood, and these bitches want to come for your rank. If you don't go and clip your toenails and wash your face or do something for you. I feel like the more busy people are, the less time they have to be idle. It literally eliminates the devil, like playing in your mind like a workshop. The devil just inside their consciousness, like dun, 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 banging their head up against the wall, false images. They projecting, they mad, they angry, they irritated. Everywhere they go, they mad at the lady at the light. And they mad at the lady at the gas station. And everybody did it but them. They don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to look in the mirror. They look in the mirror. They don't recognize themselves because they have no reflection. And then they find you and you just out here, soul tribe. You're singing, love and light, soul tribe, love and light. And they're looking at you and their life is murky and dirty. And guess what? They're like, bitch. So they get mad because you're alchemizing, manifesting. The Ace of Cups in the upright. You continue to go within. You continue to starve out the enemy. You continue to keep your demons at bay. You know your demons. You know the ones you've had to slay. You know what it is that you've had to do. And now you're the magician. So you've mastered alchemy within yourself. And you are not going to curb your enthusiasm for who you are. And the world will adjust. The world that you foresee for yourself. The world that you're in. You know, people say, oh, I'm just in my own world. Yeah, that's literal. That's literal. That's literal. The world will adjust. You're in your own world. You're your own sovereign being. You're your own universe moving throughout the galaxy here in the 3D. That's what it is. So your spiritual rank is what this is about. Somebody being jealous of your spiritual rank. And then you got the lovers. The fact that you've come out of tumultuous terrain, you've navigated, you've slayed every single demon up to said point. They know that you've slayed every single demon. You know how I know? Because your spiritual rank is here. I remember a witch tell me one time, talking about this other woman. She was like, she's very powerful. I'm thinking to myself, how you know? Oh, you must have sent her a little work. That shit backfired. Yeah, this lady was a prayer warrior. She wasn't no joke. She'd be praying online from 7 at night, y'all, to 7 in the morning. She was a prayer warrior. When I tell you she would bind some shit, that woman was powerful. And she looked really good for her age. She was like 60 something. I kid y'all not, this woman looked like she was 30 something. She looked so healthy. She was so glowing. But she would pray up some stuff. So when that witch told me, she was like, oh yeah, she's powerful. I said, you sent some shit. That shit backfired. And she cut the head off the Leviathan spirit and sent that shit back to you, huh? You done prayed yourself up out some stuff. Yeah, listen, I can't make it up. And the fact that you come out like this after slaying all your demons and you glowing and you look good and the Most High God is renewing your youth like the eagle, sometimes it shakes up other people's foundations. These are people that are skipping out on life. They're leaving themselves behind. Why? Because essence-wise, they're tracking you down. Spiritual-wise, they're tracking you down. Justice. Whenever somebody has an issue with me, or if they have an issue with you, beautiful, spiritual, high-ranked, hierophant, high priestess energy, tell them, you know what? If I were you, I'd call down judgment. Because when the enemy can't find anything on you and you've cleared all your karmic debt, they then will create things. They'll project out what it is that they're doing onto you. You're in my energy. You stole that from me. That's my destiny. All lies. Big ass lie. Look at this here. Why you always lying? You need to stop your lying. Let's start there. Let's commit to not lying. To yourself, if nobody else. You ain't got to tell the world, hey, I stopped lying. Just do it to yourself. Just start small. In the presence of yourself. Look in the mirror and say, you know what? I need to get myself together. I need some help. And go get you some good help. And hope that people help you. Because we're in the age of helping people or helping people who help people. We're not saving no more people. We've given too much. We've contributed too much to high level consciousness to just be down here going into the trenches, saving people who want to be in the trenches and stay dead. Okay, ain't nobody got time for that. So let's be clear. We ain't trying to help like that. It's giving that kind of energy, right? So you got justice, balance, okay? In spiritual court. Something about you being vindicated on all charges. Some of these people could have called down judgment over you. Ace of Cups in the reverse. They could have requested that the universe take your spiritual rank. Take your blessings, take your Ace of Cups. I feel like this is a group of people, but this says individual efforts, solo move. So somebody was moving on some solo dolo type, diabolical dulo shit. Okay, they called down judgment over you because of your spiritual rank. And the fact that you keep coming up as the lovers in justice, you're aware of this. You're aware of somebody trying to get you caught up in spiritual court. Charlie, you're still coming out as the lovers. I can't make this up. And the Empress. Somebody that stands up for themselves. Somebody that speaks the truth. Whenever I see swords, I think of the Ace of Swords. Whenever I see Empress, I think of grounded, balance, all elements. So with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, they wanted to affect your psychic abilities. They wanted to affect your flow. That's your water. That's what that's about. In the reverse, they wanted to block your intuition. They wanted to take your connection from the Most High God. It's like telling the Creator, like, no. How are you going to tell the Creator of all things no? Are you crazy? This is my chosen one. They're like, no. No, but they really have like a purpose in this life. They're helping people. People are learning from them. Like, no. Bitch, if you don't sit your dumb ass down with the Ace of Cups in the reverse with your emotionally empty ass and go get your life together, it's a 911 situation on the timer. Get your ass together. That's what the angels are saying, quite literally. Spiritual rank. They wanted you to lose your spiritual rank. So you keep going up the ranks. Okay. Justice, lovers, Empress, Knight of Swords, confidence, balance, the lovers, Empress, Sun. Something about your joy. Something about you being happy. Something about your heart's desires. You know, whenever I think of Sun, I think of Leo. I think of being in balance. I think of being in alignment. Yeah, they're jealous of your high rank. They want you to lose your spiritual rank. Somebody went to the universe and was like, she don't deserve none of this shit. He don't need to get none of this. And the universe was like, excuse me? Universe. The universe said, oh, we're going to rebuke those curses. We rebuke that curse. Sit your dumb ass down. The magician. Let us show you why this person is the chosen one. Not that they need to prove anything to you, because they really don't give a damn. They care more about ascending and answering to the call of these high-level spiritual contracts. So when you went to the universe, it was like, I don't want her to be in that spot. She on that. I call judgment. She got some past karma. I need her to pay for that. And couldn't even breathe in spiritual court. Get your breathing together. Get your shit right. Get your chi centered. Go get grounded. Straighten out your chakras. That's why you got headaches. Because you blocking your third eye. You don't want to see yourself. Do you see yourself? Do you like yourself? So how is it that you can see somebody else so clearly, but you can't see your raggedy bastard ass self? You can see this high-ranked, spiritual, high-refined, chosen one, divine collective person so clearly enough that you took your time. You took time out of your day, out of 24 hours. We got 1,044 minutes in a day. And bitch, you sacrificed all of them to call down judgment over somebody who had been cleared of their spiritual debt, and the court has determined that you have lied. You're being charged with spiritual perjury, lying under oath to yourself, to the ancestors, to the demons, to the angels, to anybody that was willing to sign up to hear your ass lie. And anybody that listened to your lies and believed it was a liar just like you. Okay. Ace of Cups in the reverse. It could never be in the reverse. It's overflow. The Ace of Cups in the reverse is not something that you get by accident. This is something that you got to go to work for. You got to go to war for. You got to go within. You got to slay demons internally, externally. You got to break your mama's curses sometimes. You got to break your uncle's curses. You got to go deep into the bloodline and alchemize the XY chromosomes by way of the DNA and extract all insecurity and suicide spells and mental illness. All this shit is deeply rooted. And here you are now holding your position because the Most High God said that you can. Your ancestors are celebrating you. And you got a little bitty cucaracha, a little roach, a little rat, a little serpent energy, a little reptilian brain, somebody that can't think them ways away. They can't think them ways away. They don't know how to get rid of their nasty, diabolical, lying-ass ways. They can't think themselves out of a brown paper bag, let alone out of the dark night of the soul. And they come along and they see you in this abundance. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo energy. Taurus represents the throat. You are communicating love out to the universe. Hey, universe, I love you. And the universe is like, oh my God, I love you too. And then you're in your Virgo energy, so you're grounded, you know, listening to your intuitive gut instincts about situations and discernment. So you're navigating through life. You've learned, you've made some good mistakes, and you're well with your pain and your past. And somehow your trauma is now your triumph. So you celebrate that. It's a quiet celebration. Not a lot of people are there. It's just you and yourself and your spirit team. You're like, look how far we came. Look how far we came. Then when you go out, people just like, oh, hi. How you doing? Good morning. Hi. Good afternoon. Because you're radiating this energy of victory. And then a bastard ass child who does not know themselves comes along and says, I call judgment. Shine it too bright. There's no such thing. Are you crazy? That's like going outside telling the sun, can you turn down the sun a little bit? It's hot out here. Shut the hell up. The sun will burn your ass, man, into an oblivion. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Now pick yourself up and put yourself back together with your dusty ass. Shine or be dusty. Shimmer or be dusty. That's what I heard one time on a reality show. Yeah, they want you to walk away from your spiritual work, from your assignments. Okay, it ain't gonna happen, honey. Eight of Pentacles. Toil and labor. Virgo energy. I feel like the collective right now is getting to the bag. And when I mean the bag, I mean the spiritual bag. And I feel like in that bag, there's prosperity. In that bag, there's overflow. In that bag, there's the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Like in that bag is good relationships. Like this is bigger than just toil and labor. It's the kind of work that doesn't feel like work. Yeah. It sucks, man. When you see people that need a shower, showering yourself with love, showering and getting some soap and water, or bathing, if you will, submerging yourself, marinate your funky ass spirit in some water, getting rid of your parasites so you can quit running around with this energy. Not allowing that parasite to take root in your mind's eye so you don't go out and make more bad decisions. You need a shower, but instead you're getting a tower. Maybe you'll get both. You need to thank the Most High God for that. Spiritual rank. These people don't know what you've been through. Now they need help. Page of Cups in the reverse. I can't make this up. These are like, Page of Cups in the reverse is like a child who doesn't face their emotions. Regret, father issues, mother issues, people that need to do the work. But because they don't want to admit that, you trigger them. You remind them of what it is they want to be that they can't be. They just can't seem to figure it out. Well, rule number 1, probably don't go up against somebody who's figured some shit out, who's overcome trauma, who's overcome certain things in life. Probably don't try to go up against them. You can take note. But then at the end of the day, you got to hold yourself accountable enough to apply it. Something has to be applicable at some point. Something has to be applicable. You gotta have some form of spiritual application. What good is it to take in a whole bunch of information, affirmations, and you ain't nowhere applying that shit to your real life? It's a reprogramming when you get to spiritual rank, Hierophant, High Priestess. Once you've been activated, it's a reprogramming. It's an unlearning of some bullshit that never belonged to you to begin with. You were just a child, taking on all the energies around you. A child with a gift. Yeah, these people have wounded child syndrome with the Page of Cups in the reverse. So this is why as adults, they still throw like these traumatic ass like tantrums. It's their trauma playing out by way of a tantrum. Yeah, get yourself together. Go get some help. Go get some therapy. Maybe I remind you of your last therapist. Maybe that's what's really wrong. Because usually when people come along and they don't like you, it's because you remind them of somebody that made them feel small. Maybe it was the girl in school that was always really smart and she just won everything and all the boys liked her. And now here you are as a 34-year-old woman and you still mad when you hear a woman speak intelligently, or she don't speak ghetto slang to the point where she devalues herself and gets into your nasty, murky ass, dirty ass bathwater with you. Nobody's getting into your sick bed. Then you assume that maybe they don't know how to fight. The fight comes from within. The slaying of demons comes from within. You got to slay them ones you got on your back first before you get to go in the spiritual court trying to call deranking judgment on somebody who's already ascended past you and past versions of themselves that don't resonate with you. So all you could do is watch the collective ascend, quite literally. Yeah. Strength and power. This wanted to come up in the reverse. That could be their energy. Maybe they feel powerless. Maybe they feel small. Maybe they feel like, I'm 23. I'm supposed to have it together by now. Maybe they're going based on time. Maybe they're addicted to time and illusions. All my friends are married and I'm the only one that's not married. I'm 44 years old. Well, let's just eliminate the numbers temporarily. You got 1,044 minutes in a day. 144, that is the 144,000. Figuratively, it's only 1,044 minutes in a day. And 24 hours. Where are your minutes going? Whew. People that project out so strong onto other people are robbing themselves of the ability to ascend. They're leaving themselves behind. But somebody called judgment down on the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Clarify, y'all called judgment down on us? What happened in spiritual court? What happened? What the ancestors say? King of Wands. So you started a spiritual war. You started a spiritual battle over confidence. It's the confidence that really bothers them. It's how poised we are collective. It's how happy we are. Honestly, the sun, Empress energy, self-love, and the lovers, showing love, giving love. This really does irritate these people. That's so sad. I don't know this kind of energy to the point that I can resonate with it, but I can literally see it. I can observe it. You know, whenever I was hurting and I was sad or feeling insecure or mad, I never projected it onto anybody. I would isolate. I would withdraw. I would go within because I was like, nah, I don't really want to be around nobody right now. I'm not feeling happy. Let me figure out what this is and then take it from there. You know? Now, my children got the butt of some of that when they would knock on my door and I had given them all that they needed. I'm like, listen, I'm busy. But that's about as far as it went, you know? So when I see people that go around comfortably trying to tear down other people who have successfully navigated through their dark night of the soul, or they're just well with their life, they're making the best of it. You know what I mean? It's like you get up every day, you're like, I'm happy to be alive. Yeah, because you had a near-death experience. You wake up every day like, thank you, God. You just sing as soon as you open your eyes. Why? Because you know what it feels like to walk through hell. When you see people that can hold a spiritual, emotional soundness for themselves, they've been through hell. I'm telling you, when you see me laughing up here until I cannot breathe sometimes, just know I am so glad to be alive and well. When y'all see me cracking jokes, just know that I know pain. I know depression. I know all that shit. I sat down with all those demons, one demon at a time. And then there was a time where a legion of demons showed up that I had casted out and they returned. And I said, listen, I'm calling a meeting. Anxiety, I can't do anything with you anymore. You led me to having a fupa. Take that shit up out of here. Cellulite, that was a form of depression. I'm breaking up with you. No, we cannot reconcile. We cannot get back together. I don't want you ever, 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 ever. And you sit down with them demons and you break up with them and you let it go and you realize, oh, this wasn't even my insecurity. This was somebody else's insecurities. Ownership, okay? Taking accountability for what your part is. Yeah, he was a bad guy. She was a bad lady. But you allowed them in your life. Take ownership. Oh, I let you come into my life. Then you got to look at yourself. Why did I let you do that? What's in me that's missing? Because whole people who have themselves balanced by way of the bride and groom, masculine, feminine, twin flame energy within, they're not lacking anything. So they're not moving insecurely, but taking accountability, examining yourself. Oh, I did that because, oh, I have abandonment issues. Oh, I did that because, oh, I have image issues. Oh, I did that because, oh, it's an energy of perfectionism. Oh, I always had to be perfect for my mother, my father. And this is only by way of example. Whatever your examination of your higher self looks like, your lower self, your middle self, whatever that looked like for you at the time that it looked like that for you, you mastered it. And so when you see a funky foot ass bastard that need to be going to take a bath or maybe changing the baby's diaper or maybe taking out the trash, come along and think that they can call judgment down on you, but you don't know the half. You don't know what the collective's been through. You don't know. You don't want to walk these shoes. If you try to put these shoes on, I promise you, you won't get 2 steps. Oh my God. Yeah, them the demons I had to slay. You ready? Oh, you want the spiritual ring? You want my spot flash, huh? They didn't come to see you, Otis. They came to see the Temptations. You want that spot? You better get your shit together. Go walk your walk and clean your little raggedy ass path up and get your punk ass offline before they turn your phone off. That's how spirit moves sometimes. Sometimes spirit will shut down your phone like, damn, you was just ready to come on and say some nasty shit on the comments and your whole phone turned off. Listen, I can't make it up. Clout chasing. Let's talk about it. Holy Spirit, what's going on? These are people that are blocking their own destinies. The Chariot in the reverse, so they tried to block yours, okay? They're insecure, they're sad, they're trying to block your destiny. Spiritual rank. They really wanted you to block your own destiny, but you're coming up as the King of Cups energy, very psychic, divine masculine energy, the lovers. People like you. People admire you. This is equal admiration. This is not about being praised. That's not what spiritual rank is about. Like, oh my God. No, it's not a worshiping energy. It's equal admiration. Because when you have admiration for somebody and what it is that they've overcome or what they're doing, you're merely celebrating a version of yourself that you yourself can resonate with. And somebody else, because you've already celebrated yourself. So when you look at somebody, you say, you know what, I'm really happy for you. You really mean it because you said it to yourself. Yeah, there's no time. Yeah, there's no time to be a hater. For what? It's enough for everybody to go around. Temperance. And then you find this balance. Temperance, peace, love, harmony, the angels, angelic energy. Somebody needs help though now. They did something in the spirit realm. I don't know what they did, but they need help. Page of Wands is about education, going within, learning new things. Some of you could be learning psychology, behavioral health. That's all a form of spirituality. You could be learning things about the planet, numerology. It's all connected. There is no level. There's no finite level. Once you reach that hierophant level, the stakes are high, honey. And the more you ascend, okay, the more you minimize these attacks. Because even if somebody puts in their best effort to attack you, I promise you, it's going to backfire so bad, it's not going to even be funny. Like, it's not even a laughing matter. It really is not. That's what I see. That's what I know. Page of Wands. Listen. 4 Cups. Missed opportunity. I can't make it up. I can't make this up. It's like somebody reaching to punch you and they just keep punching the air. They're like, I'm up. And every day they get up. And every day they just trying to punch you. And they just keep missing it. And you in motion. Do, 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 do. Celebrating. You done overcame some shit. Do, do, do. You got motion. You know what I'm saying? You've overcame some shit. So you getting up every day. Oh, I'm glad I can wiggle my toes. Thank you, God. You know, you in a whole nother world. You just in your own world. And somebody been up all night. I'm talking all night, honey. Projecting over a picture, an image, a candle, some bullshit, graveyard, dirt, jar, magic, whatever the hell they done drummed up on this good day of the week. And you just wake up like, whoo, another day. Thank you, God. Then the sun comes up and you happy about that. Why? Because you know pain, man. You just decided to break up with pain. Hey, pain, I don't need you anymore. I know. I know you were the kind of pain that I was addicted to, but I no longer want to be addicted to you. I can't. This shit is causing me arthritis. My back hurt. I can't even talk all the way good. My teeth hurt. Resentment. I need to let you go. I need to forgive myself. Oh my God. Yeah, you broke up with that bullshit. Get that shit up out of here. Spiritual rank. Forgive me. I do have thespian outbursts. Y'all know I took jazz, tap, and ballet. I was one of the only girls in the hood that was going to Debbie Allen's dance studios. So sometimes I still have a craving for being on the stage. Why? Because it's a form of transmuting bullshit. We laughing at this shit. We gonna laugh. We gonna laugh this shit into the grave, man. Like, what? If I gotta get through this thing we call life, I'm going to laugh as much as I possibly can every time I can. Needless to say, it's your spiritual rank collective, okay? I just had to throw that in. Not that anybody's going to do anything with that information. I feel like that outburst was really for me. Maybe it resonates with you. Maybe it does not. But I absolutely feel like that was in order. It's a part of my spiritual contract when I'm in spiritual court and I got to break up some bullshit and channel some shit over some low vibrational people who just keep demoting themselves and they just keep going down a rabbit hole and under this illusion that they can stop you. And somehow you're the reason that they're sinking. Okay? They love to say that you're the reason. That's so sad. Get your shit together. The 2 of Wands. I can't make this up. It wanted to come up in the reverse. So these are people that feel like they're blocked, or they could have tried to block your spiritual rank. They call down judgment over your Ace of Cups. What was the Ace of Cups in the reverse? They call down judgment over the collective. I can't make it up. High Priestess. So you're being crowned by the universe. You're being crowned by the universe. Hold on, y'all. The High Priestess and the Magician. You being crowned by the universe is somebody that's very protected, divinely protected, and you're loved by the universe. So that's a problem for people that ain't. Hold up, y'all. Thank you. So that's what this is really about, y'all. The magician. So they don't want you to be connected to the Most High. These are people that want you to be demoted. Okay, so what's the benefit of that? Let's just imagine that for a second. Okay, you want the collective to be demoted. What exactly are you going to do after that? Oh, you want to harvest off of the collective. 4 of Pentacles. So what was the purpose of this? What did you want out of this? 7 of Swords. You wanted to do something sneaky. So you made up lies. You lied to the universe. You projected out lies. You lied under oath about a hierophant, somebody with high spiritual rank. You projected your sins out onto this person. You sent your demons towards this person. 7 of Swords is sneaky and deceptive, also that you could collect what belongs to them. 4 of Pentacles. So how's that going for y'all? Because I don't feel like that worked out too well. The 6 of Cups. So you went into the Akashic records. You went digging for the pain, the trauma, the depression of the highly spiritually ranked person. Who is this person that the Most High favors? Who is this person that the universe loves? I'm going to go into their Akashic records, 6 of Cups, because I need a plan. I need to know what's their weak spot. Oh, their children. Okay, we're going to attack their children. Oh, their ex-lovers. Okay, we're going to go there. But you're talking to a master who's already released this energy, mastered it, and overcome it. So that means you're stuck in the 5 of Cups. 6 of Cups, clarify. I feel like that didn't go so well for you. In fact, I know that it didn't. You know how I know? Because the 5 of Swords is in the reverse. Bitch, you keep getting caught. You keep jumping up to catch an L. Who's signing up to get an L? Oh, what a beautiful Tuesday. Oh, what a beautiful Wednesday. I'm just going to get up and just be a loser. That was your whole mode of operation. You need to break up with that version of yourself. But you're too committed to that person. Judgment's in the reverse.
There is no bag in the car.
There isn't?
No.
Hold on. Yeah, so it's interesting. So the Judgment is in the reverse. Somebody wanted to call judgment over you to get you judgment in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse, to block what the universe has for you. But justice is in the upright. The Tower. People being exposed for spreading lies. This could be also lying to practitioners or something like that. Yeah, I can't make this up. It's something about your 10 of Cups. It's something about your bloodline. It's something about your passion. Something about your ability to move forward. Yeah, this didn't work. Who are these people? The 9 of Swords. They're stressed out. They're scared. Something backfired real bad. Damn. Jealous of your spiritual rank. Begging for you to lose your spiritual rank. That's what I just heard. Like for you to lose something. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. Something that you worked on. But you're somewhere sowing good seeds, waiting on a good divine harvest. 7 of Pentacles is like planting seeds and watching them grow. Investing your time in yourself and your work in the divine. Yeah, look. The Ace of Pentacles wanted to come up in the reverse. These people wanted to take your spiritual gift. These people wanted to take and rape you of your spiritual rank. To miss an opportunity. It's almost like somebody trying to provoke you, distract you enough that you respond. You know, that you lose time. You're like, bitch, I got 144 minutes in a day. I'm not about to play with you. I got 1,044 minutes in a day, bitch. I'm not giving you 2 seconds. You're focused. Ooh, this is interesting. Judgment in the reverse. So somebody went into spiritual court, went amongst some spirits, ancestors, conjured up some shit, went to a practitioner and told this person that you did something to them, that you blocked their path, that you tried to unalive them, that they wanted you to pay. They wanted judgment called down on you. They want justice. Ace of Cups. They were mad when you were in your Ace of Cups, High Priestess energy, 10 of Cups, the Lovers and the Empress, and the Sun energy, and the King of Pentacles. So much so that they was like, you don't deserve that. You're lying. You did this, you did that. And then they got caught up in a big ass lie. So this person put a lot of people in the line of fire, or whoever they involved in these lies, people that were willing to believe the lie and spread the lie like a cancer, whatever the case, whatever the situation, somebody's been exposed as being a badass truth teller. You know, maybe they're coming out as a truth teller. They're a bad truth teller because they're a liar. Okay, now they're crying. What else is going on here, Holy Spirit? Let's just see what is the deal. What is the deal? It's crazy business. Clarify individual effort. Now this person needs help. What's going on? They need help. They stressed out, weighed down. Yeah, I cannot make this up. Big high priestess energy. Somebody could be rushing towards a high priestess. Why are they rushing towards a high priestess? Knight of Wands is like doing something with excitement. Clarify why they need help. They need your help? I know you lying. Child, I know you lying. The Ace of Swords. Something about the truth. Something about clarity. Five of Wands. Whoever they're going to, whoever they're getting readings from, this person knows that these people sent you some nasty energy. Five of Wands. They can't lie to the reader. They can't lie to whoever they had helping them on a spiritual level. Somebody's lies just got longer and taller and bigger and wider and deeper, honey. They was taking root in their life, and woo, child, it was like a vine of lies and spider webs of webbing and weaving and bullshit. Like, whoever this high priestess is, Ace of Swords, yeah, they know the truth. They know that people attacked you. Somebody's rushing for help. Clarify rushing out for help. Spirit says yes. Yeah, because they having a top. Oh, shit. Oh, well. Somebody might drop dead, quite literally. Death in the tower. I don't know what else to say. Like death in the tower. So somebody went real far to try to de-rank you. Whoa. Somebody was trying to unalive you. Four of Pentacles was trying to hold you back. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Oh, they wanted to end your life. They wanted to end you fast. They wanted it to happen quick. This is somebody that hates the fact that you are alive and thriving. They don't like the fact that you're moving about the planet, not looking like what you've gone through, collective. Congratulations. Death in the tower. So now they're trying to find somebody to help them, but individual efforts, solo moves. Somebody was out here winging it, like doing some shit on their own. Clarify they need help. Death in the tower? Oh my God. This could have been an ex-lover of yours. This could have been somebody that you were in a relationship with. Clarify they need help. Knight of Pentacles. They need help. Somebody was doing routine spell work. Routine death spells every day. Every day. Every day. Somebody was doing spell work. Wow. So basically, y'all, I just had to give me a protein bar. Because this shit is crazy. I need to keep my hypoglycemic levels up. Somebody's ass is crazy. You know what else to say. Hold on, y'all. I done ate this a little too fast. My goodness. This person. This could be like an ex-lover, a friend. It don't matter who the hell it is. It's somebody diabolical. Somebody is on an individual suicide mission. Excuse me. Solo efforts. Needing help. You got to be more careful out here lollygagging around with your life. Somebody's out here basically playing Russian roulette with the universe. Afraid. I just heard one in the chamber. The universe is shooting back some bullshit. The universe is like, bitch, you get up every day. Like, look, Knight of Pentacles is routine. Somebody was doing something like every day at the same time, getting up, doing death spells. Somebody could have been doing death magic over the last 13 days, last 16 days straight. Trying to get something done. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Damn, that was good. That was a good protein bar. Mm-mm-mm. Whatever this is, y'all, listen. Yeah, Six of Cups. This is somebody that can't get over the past. I don't know what else to tell these people. Like, get over the past. You could say that all day. Somebody feels like their life can't go on knowing that you're alive, breathing, and well. Quite literally, okay? Clarify they need help with the death in the tower. I just heard death is hitting every area of their life. Damn. Clarify. This could be finances. This could also be car expenses, accidents, something like that. This is the way that the forces in nature are showing me. The number 7 is significant. The Orisha could be significant. The forces in nature, yeah. Death, tower, and a chariot. Damn. Clarify they need help. What the hell is going on? Because they under judgment for lying. To the spirit realm. When you come for somebody high ranked, they're high ranked for a reason. They were initiated by the universe, initiated by the divine ancestors, initiated by the angels. Everybody was there, the creator of all things. So why would you come up against something like that unless you got a suicide mission like in mind? Like, make it make sense. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. Now they need help because you keep ascending. 6 of Pentacles. They're giving an offering to something. I don't know who they offering. It could be a 6 of Pentacles. They could be giving this to a spirit. Is this a spirit? Because I don't feel like anybody's helping them. And I feel like if there is a practitioner that they were going to, this person sees the truth. Somebody is seeing the truth. Like, they're seeing what this person did to you. So if they were going to somebody to get a reading or get some type of clarity or to see if the magic was working, this person is in the High Priestess energy, Ace of Swords. This could also be you as well. You know what this is, but you continue to hold your rank. You going up the ranks. Damn. Somebody wanted obstacles for you and ended up getting backed up against a wall, a tower, in fact. Death, tower, and a chariot. That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel like this person can't find anybody to help them. Clarify. What's the 6 of Pentacles? They could be offering any amount of money. Yep. And nobody wants to help them. It's like they're wearing the truth. Because you keep ascending in the truth, it exposes their lies. You keep ascending in the truth. You keep standing in the truth. You keep saying, that's not true about me. But you're doing it in the spirit. I don't feel like you're voicing this to everybody like, hey, look at me. No, I'm telling the truth, please. Nah, you're going within. You're silently doing this. You're walking, breathing truth and clarity. Walking, breathing judgment righteously. Meaning you're righteous judgment. You got a lot of people calling down judgment. But is it righteous judgment? Meaning to make things right. Are you in the right? What did you do wrong? And are you holding yourself accountable if you've done something wrong? Yeah, this person can't find no help. They're offering money to somebody, but won't nobody help them because people are like, no. They keep coming out in the divination, or the spirits are advising people that they could be going to asking for help. Like, this person attacked the Hierophant. Nah, don't get caught up in that mess. Hell no. Look, 5 of Cups. Sadness, grief. Nobody wants to get them out of this bind. Yeah, it's like, I'm in a bind, Nate. Ain't nobody listen to that. Clarify. Nobody's helping them. 5 of Wands. I cannot make this up. They could also have people really angry with them. There's fighting. There's conflict. Was there a practitioner helping this person ever? Somebody at a distance, yeah, was helping them initially. I don't think they're helping them anymore. They could have even told this person, like, you need to let this go. You not like, nah, don't do it. 2 of Wands. Somebody that was at a distance was helping them. And this was bringing them some type of fulfillment, knowing that they had some type of help. But this person was helping them based on a lie. This is why if you're a practitioner and you do spiritual work, you need to really check your clients, because your energetic signature is going to be on the work, and you too could land on a sword for just taking money, any amount of money for attacking somebody that's a Hierophant. All work ain't good work. I saw a high priestess one time take $10,000 to unalive somebody. I got wind of the story. Somebody else told me the story. She said, yeah, you know, I knew this person. She had clients all over the world. She took $10,000 to unalive somebody. She assured that the person would be unalived within 3 years or something like that. And so she took the money. Man, her whole business fell apart. She ended up getting sick. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. Literally, she attacked an earth angel. Whoever this person was that she attacked, this person was so prayed up. And it wasn't that they were in their most powerful state. They were in more fear of the energy. But they were so innocent that the universe just decided to protect them in the middle of their dark night of the soul. They were like, who's attacking me? But they were so innocent. They prayed that shit up off of them, and that shit backfired so fast, it was horrible. She said, yeah, she took that money. And this was somebody that went up the ranks. This is for people that want to play in the light and the dark, and you think you coming to set balance, because the high priestess is absolutely about judgment and justice. So when they get these weird ass people coming to them lying, she took my man, I know she's doing witchcraft over him, and it's all a lie, and now somebody got involved in your lie and your illusion. Practitioners, you got to do better. You're going to need to know. You're going to need to know when you're dealing with somebody that's messed up. You're going to need to know when you're dealing with somebody that needs some type of mental help before you just get to taking payment and doing spell work over somebody. But 9 times out of 10, at this level in the game, if somebody's going to a practitioner that's taking their money to do spell work over a chosen one, the person is just like them, and that is their karma. That person will turn on them eventually. I can make it up. 3 of Swords in the reverse. I can't make this up. It turns into a binding situation. A spiritual contract where you bound to the practitioner, now they're bound to you, and it only ends in heartbreak when all you had to do was go heal your heart and sit your dumb ass down and stop lying about everybody. But no, you wanted to continue making payments. Okay? You ain't even paid the light bill, the phone bill, filled your gas tank up, but you made sure that practitioner got that 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords in the reverse. It only ends in heartache, but that is your karma, running into a practitioner that's diabolical just like you. They doing spell work over you, really. Because at some point, they're not going to jeopardize their life trying to come for a high vibrational being. No. Look at the practitioner, the 9 of Wands, coming out as the wounded warrior. Something then dropped. I don't know what this is. This shit could be like a domino effect. The number 21 is here. Gatekeeper energy, L-A-Y energy, Eshu-I-Ona-Go-Bagbo, O-Ache energy is here. Con los santos no se juega. Stop playing with the universe. That's what the gatekeeper said. The door is closed. Trickster energy. Red and black. Reversible energy. Something tricked somebody. Something that they thought was about to get done to you is absolutely happening to them. And the person that was trying to trick them, tricks on them. That's what I just heard. Trick or treat. Somebody was tricked out of a treat. 9 of Cups. This is supposed to bring some form of fulfillment. Now they need help because this practitioner is turning their back on them. The practitioner is saying, no, this is over. I'm not helping you no more. They close the door with the world and the 9 of Wands. This person's like, I got to protect myself. You lied. You told me this person did spell work over you. You lied. Well, the practitioner's full of shit too, because you should have done your due diligence. This is what happens when you don't listen. So we know you guilty too with your raggedy ass. You told me this person did this to you because the 5 of Wands, they're in an argument. Why would you be a high priestess or a hierophant practitioner, be that in the upright or the reverse? Maybe you're just a dark worker. You stay in the dark. Why would you do that kind of work and ignore your intuition? You did it for the money or you did it for the control. You did it to bind some type of weird ass energy. Whoever this person is that wanted to hurt a hierophant, you did it to bind this person to your karma. That's why dark practitioners take cases like this. They're not attacking the chosen one. They might send a little bit to test your spirit, to see if they can stop you, to see if you're weak. But once they figure it out, they start working the person that's requesting the work to be done. And they just simply bind them to their karma and they use them as a shield. I cannot make this up, to keep them bound. Guarding themselves with this person's energy. They're diabolical anyway. Shit, they don't know. They feel like, oh, well, judgment's on all of us. Might as well. And then you start taking on the karma of the practitioner. Woo. I can't make it up. Fool. Why is the Fool here? Immediate concerns on the Fool. Because justice is here. Somehow the scales got balanced out. And you're continuing on your journey and your destiny. And you're gazing upon the horizon. And even with the bum bitches that are coming along to try to comment and say things to you and provoke you, you just don't see them. You see right through them. You're looking in the opposite direction. When you're in your own world to this capacity, nobody can shake your foundation. When you're truly, truly happy, nobody can just come along and make you mad. Although they will try. Wow. Clarify. But now they're still sitting up watching you. You're coming up as a King of Pentacles. Divine masculine energy, grounded, speaking the truth, listening to your intuition. That is King of Pentacles energy. Something about your DNA, something that's deeply rooted in you, something that moves through you that can't be taken. Ace of Wands, I can't make it up. Divine connection, inspiration, inspiring other people to do the same. Even when people are watching you, you're living your life like nobody's watching. So even when people are watching you, these people, I feel like they're inspired by you in some type of sick and twisted way. It's very odd. I feel like somebody's watching you that admires you, and that's really pissing this ex-lover off. You could be the you that's watching you. Maybe you're admiring a beautiful version of yourself. This person needs help. Mental help. I've absolutely seen spell work backfire to the capacity where it's put people in mental institutions. I've seen it. I've seen people that attempted suicide because of spell work backfiring, illusions, death spells, suicide magic, something to attack your psyche, trying to siphon your energy, the Nine of Swords, projecting out illusions delusionally, not looking at themselves, ignoring the red flags that they need to stop, and they never stop, so they just keep going because they just have to win. They just can't seem to move on. Not everybody has the power to move on. That's a superpower. You got to be dedicated to moving on. You got to sit down with versions of yourself at every different level and decide, you know what, I'm going to move on from this. But somebody just couldn't let it go. With the Nine of Swords, somebody's having a mental breakdown with death, the Tower, and the Chariot. Whoa, and the Five of Cups. Clarify this person. What's going on? Toil and labor, Eight of Pentacles. Something about your endurance. I feel like whoever I'm talking to collectively, you just stay focused on working on whatever you're working on. You could be just getting better at being you. Balancing out your work life and your personal life and your spiritual life, and just somebody was working so hard to stop. Like they really out here looking real crazy in spiritual court. Clarify death in the Tower. Yeah. Somebody was talking, speaking something, trying to speak curses towards you, sending you some type of spiritual bullets. That's what I just heard. Movement, taking action. Clarify these people. I just heard trying to hit a moving target. Three of Cups in the reverse. Emotionally empty. Something was satisfying, sickly satisfying. Overindulgent though. Very prideful energy. There's the Queen of Wands in the reverse here. Promiscuous, crazy, batshit crazy as well. Just losing it. Practitioner turned their back on them, told them, I'm not helping you no more. But somebody's still doing something. They were told they're not going to get help anymore and to stop doing this. This person is really jealous of your rank. Three of Pentacles. They could be trying to get more help. They're trying to look for somebody to team up with them. I feel like people are not going to help them. And anybody that did help them has walked away with the Knight of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Wow. Sucks to be them. I cannot make this up. Look. Seven of Swords. Sneaky and deceptive. Ten of Swords. Betrayal. Not only was this a betrayal, wasn't a betrayal to you. It could have never been applicable. You're too high ranked. Although this is what somebody wanted for you, the Ten of Swords, this is a betrayal amongst the group. They lied to people to get them to help them out because they had their own personal agenda. They didn't care. Queen of Wands in the reverse is somebody that don't care who get hurt. They don't care who they put in the line of fire. But the lesson to the group, look, they were hiding things. The Moon. The lesson to the group is, yeah, you're gonna let somebody lead you to the slaughter? What happened to your intuition? What happened to your mind's eye? You couldn't see through this person's lie? That's a tough lesson. The Ten of Wands. Now they're trying to hide the fact that they stressed out and weighed down and they shit backfired. Who just opened the door? Eight of Swords. Somebody's trying to shut us up. Somebody could be aware. You know, when we open up spiritual doors and we channel this energy, their ears ring just like our ears ring. They get notification that somebody's finding out the truth. So they immediately go and possibly try to do a shut up spell. They project some type of shut up energy. Because the Eight of Swords is kind of like trying to bind the Hierophant spiritual gifts or shut us up. Something like that. I'm getting like a shut up spell. That's what they want, for us to stop talking about it. What is it that they don't want us to see? Show us? They're hiding the fact that they've fallen to prey. Yeah, look. The psychics. They notice me. What's up? Hey, Queen of Cups. How you doing? The Queen of Cups is a sweetheart. She's so nice. But she will cut you. She is the Queen of Swords. They hate it. They don't like it. Psychics. There's more people picking up on the energy. Yep. And more things are being exposed with the Two of Swords in the reverse. A decision has been made. Something has been decided in spiritual court, in the ethers, okay? It's been decided. Close this door, Holy Spirit. It's been decided. And there's nothing that they can do to overturn it, although they are still trying. How they're going to do that, I don't know. But somebody's by themselves. If they were collaborating with somebody to attack you, it was based on a lie. People attacked you based on a lie because of what one person told them. Could be a Queen of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Wands could be any sign, doesn't matter. There's also a lover here. Could be a masculine or a feminine. But somebody decided to go solo dolo and do something that they were told not to do. The practitioner could have even told them, I'm not doing it. And they still did it because they were determined to get something out of this and prove something. The Nine of Wands. This practitioner is now protecting themselves, guarding their energy because your ancestors is on that ass. That's what's going on. You got Death in the Tower and the Chariot. Something about putting the death to forward movement. I just heard they did it to themselves. The universe doesn't feel sorry for them. Wow. Clout chasing. Somebody just had to have the attention. It's addictive. Don't get addicted to praise. You know, it's not a good thing. Yeah. Don't get addicted to praise. Somebody's addicted to praise. Somebody wants to be seen as, you know, the big bad wolf or whatever the hell they want to be. They paint themselves out to be in their story. I did do a reading, or actually, you know what? I've not uploaded it yet. I take that back. But I did it in my mind's eye. Not being addicted to praise. It's going to be on the other platform. I'll drop the link down below. Divine High Priestess activated. If you don't follow me over there, I don't know what you're waiting for. But that platform is not for everybody. That platform is for people that are actively, consistently, intentionally, really answering the call and loving on themselves enough that they will grow spiritually, right? They've signed up for it. They're answering the call. Yeah, join me over there. I'm going to be doing a reading on why you should not get addicted to praise, right? Because if you know, like I know, when you're ascending, going through that dark night of the soul, listen, some of your victories are silent. Some of your downfalls, your triumphs, you know, it's murky. When you go through those situations, it's very quiet. It's very personal. It ain't for everybody, like quite literally. So, but anyway, I'm just going on a little bit of a rant. Thank you for letting me be myself. I love y'all so much. I will see you in the next video. Until then, as always, peace be with you.